Hello, hello everyone. So my name is Fabrizio Capellino. I work for Camp to Camp as an Odoo consultant, but I also own a company, a beer shop, and the presentation is about this beer shop and how I use Odoo to make my dream come true. So about the shop itself. What do? I basically sell beers, craft beers. I have a physical shop, but I also sell online. And I produce my own beer. So the ones on the right, basically the ones that are kind of dark on my slide, it's my own production. I both import myself the beers from the breweries around Europe, but I also have some local beers in Switzerland. My wife is taking care of delivery service of Japanese food, bento. So also this business goes through Odoo. To run the business in Switzerland, I needed a few specific payment acquirers, such as TWINT or Postfinance. This is really specific to Switzerland. It's not in the standard Odoo package. There's another issue I had in the past. It's mainly related to the fact of having a physical shop selling products that are also sold at the same time online. So if I sell a product, a beer that it's the last one at the shop, I don't want that someone at the same time or during the day or later on buys that same beer that's already gone. In the craft industry, it's very, especially very small brewers, they don't make always the same beer. So once it's sold, they will never produce it again. So it's really important to avoid this kind of situation. The same thing happens if customers buy online. I need to know it directly so that the stocks, I get an alert at the post so that that beer doesn't get sold because it's been already sold online, but it's not been prepared. Next part was mainly around how to get the information that I need inside Odoo for the website, but also for the branding, the labels of the product, everything. I needed some special elements that are not available in standards, such as ABV, which is the alcohol level, but also the ingredient list. It's a mandatory legal requirement. I also needed to say when the beer, the best before date arrives on each product, and I needed to show it clearly also on the shelves. So for that, well, I had to. There is ways to do it in Odoo. You will see it later, and then yeah, I had to build some labels so that it would be easier for me to create this label, because anyway I'm producing very small quantities, so there's no point of sending the labels to be printed out very far away, and it's even not so ecological. So I really wanted to get as much information as possible inside Odoo so that I can make it easy and fast to have this product on the market. So the solution, it's just to have a nice beer. No, it's also a part of the solution, but I'll show you what I did inside Odoo. It will be much better. Basically, I will try to focus on things that are not in the standard. So basically, just the stuff that I needed in particular for my shop, and not the rest, because anyway, you've seen it so many other times. first thing first. Sorry, Wi-Fi is a bit slow. Okay. So with Odoo Studio, I created all these specific fields that then show up either on the label, but also for my staff to be able to double check some additional information that is not available on the front end. So I created this special configuration panel with Studio. And one of the first things was to create a database that allowed me to just say, okay, this beer is this style, and it gives out a whole lot of additional information straight just by saying, okay, which style of the beer it is. So, for example, any style would have a style group, so just to filter them out easier. But then there is the type of glass, which is recommended for the serving of a certain type of beer, the temperature range of the serving, which kind of taste. This is very important, for example, for searching online. So people, maybe they don't like beers that are bitter, or they don't like beers that are sweet, so they just can filter easier and faster on the beers they enjoy. Some beer geeks, they also like to see what kind of fermentation style the beer has, the food pairing, and then for my own, for knowing from where I got the source of some of this data, I just put a link, but it's more for, and then another point is that for my staff, which is maybe less knowledgeable than myself, I also added, so I'll just zoom it a little bit because maybe not everybody can see. So I added a little description of the kind of taste or aroma that a certain style of beer could bring, so that my staff could explain better to the customer at the shop certain style of beer that are maybe a bit more unusual. So next thing, so the food pairing, it's just tags. It helps me to sort them out better. Then I have the ingredients. This was a kind of important. So the ingredients basically are grouped by type of ingredient, because on the labels, well, again, beer geeks likes to see what kind of hop is inside the beer, so it's a very important information. Some other breweries, they also mention what type of malt they put in and what type of yeast. I don't have it in this list. Yes, here, for example, this one. So also this kind of information, I try to bring it out to the customers so that they have the maximum information to decide what they want. And maybe some beers, they don't look so interesting at all, but with this kind of information, I managed to sell them to them. Then there is the EBC. So EBC, it's a European Beer Color Index. So I created a table so that, yeah, you can see them on my labels also, but also within the website, I'm printing out some tags, and I clearly show on the shelves which color of the beer they're thinking to buy, or so, yeah, exactly. And I have the X color code so that I can use it for other things, and also the name, which usually it's the same name for many colors themselves, but it's easier to group them, and you don't have 100 different colors for each. And here at the end, I think I have the kind of more unusual color for beer, but they exist, so I had to put them. What else do I have here? Okay, so smart ribbons. So this is basically for the website to catch the eye of potential customers. I created this kind of ribbons with Studio again, where I say, okay, for different type of products, I say if it's a barrel-aged product, gluten-free, maybe some exclusivity that I have only at my shop. And this way, customer, especially on the website, they can just go pick up the products they want just by the visual of the, I will show you later. So how does all this plays in within the product itself? I will show you right away. So I will pick this one up. So this one is the one that I produced for the event. It's the Come to Odoo.beer, and here I added a new tab with all the necessary information. There is a bit more than what you've seen within this configuration, personalized configuration, like the brand of the beer. So the brand of the beer, customers, they like to know, maybe they've heard some brands or some breweries and they want to specifically buy the brewery itself, so it's important to have it. This is not a new model. I'm just pointing out to the contact table model, and I'm filtering out with a tag saying, okay, this is a brewery, so show it within here. So if I edit, I only have the brewery names. I don't have my whole contact list. And through the brewery, I get the country. This helps me to print out also the flag of the country. It's also an information that is already within Odoo. And again, visual, easy to catch the eye of the customer. They want a Swiss product, they go for the Swiss flag. They want an Italian product, they go for Italian flag. Japanese, same, any countries. Then I have the styles. So you see here, there is also the color of the beer. So either I search for the name, sorry, it's in French because I work in French language. Again, the ingredients, I just add them here, and then I added the field that will feed into the website for the description of the beer itself. Yeah. I'm also adding here the label of the beer. This helps me out in the end to print out the labels that you see on my beers, like this one. And this, up to here, it's only Odoo Studio, so it's almost standard. It just needs to be, so if I make it bigger, I get almost all the information. It's from these specific fields. This is the barcode, which can be scanned at the POS, but it's also a link to my blog where I explain a bit about the beer, how I made it. It brings more information to the customer again. In the printouts, I also have made some special ones. It's ZPL mainly because I have a ZPL printer at the shop. So just to show you a bit kind of information, this is mainly a tag for beers that are written in a foreign language. So it's to bring them out the information in the language of the countries, which is French. It's a legal requirement, adding also that the alcohol level and this kind of thing. Then I have, for example, this tag. It's the lot number. You will see later, I will show you a module that has been done by Camp to Camp. We're using it throughout some other customers. Basically, you can scan directly the lot number in the POS, and the beers come out, and you don't need to do anything else. The important part here is that legal requirements says that I need to put the best before date on each single product. Some very small breweries, they don't put that because they come from a country that they don't have this. So for me, it was important to standardize all of this and to have the lot number with the best before date written on it. I will just copy the little thing here so I can use it later on in the POS. Yeah, I have also this one. Again, it's for other types of products where I need the origin and stuff like this. Okay, so we can I will show you within the post this part of the lot number. It's Odoo SH, sorry. Network is not very, I think too many people are connected. Yeah. Just in case, yeah, I took some of my, what you've seen just before. There's these things here and maybe the labels that I print out with Studio. You can just make them go around the As I don't have the scanner with me for the barcodes, I just activated the debug mode so that I can show you how the thing works with the scanning. So the module is already pre-installed to be able to scan lots directly. So I copy it and paste one of the ones I had there. And if I scan it, I get straight the product within my yeah, the things that are going to be bought. Normally, without this module, you would have to scan first the code bar of the product, and then you would have to type in the lot number, and if the lot number or even the serial number, if it's something else, then many typos could be done. So this helps out. It's also useful for useful for products that they don't have much space on to put these code bars. So you just put one and you get straight the product itself. There's an additional feature that was embedded in this development that Come2Camp did. It's the possibility that if you click on a product, you get the list of lot available still active in the system, so you don't have to type. Maybe the product was put on the shelves too fast. We didn't print out the labels, but okay, we can recognize, we search for the product, and we can choose the lot number that we want, like this. Okay, so next, I will go out. Keep session open, okay. Now I will go to the website part to show you what all these things that I showed you on the back end, how do they appear on the website and what they are used to for. So if I go to the shop, basically, you can see straight away all these icons. It's all the either the icons that you've seen in the ribbons part, or the color of the beer that shows up here, or the country that is linked to the brewery, in fact. And this helps to see clearly which product we are talking about. And then I will show you this. Then I will. At the beginning, I was speaking that I needed some special payment systems that we have in Switzerland. They're super useful. They're very, very used, especially TWINT, because it's like a mobile app to be able to pay without any credit card, nothing. It's just super fast. So this is again, this is a module that has been developed with Come2Camp. We are using it on a certain number of customers that are using the e-commerce in Odoo. And basically it works like this. And here I have the choice. It goes through a payment acquirer that is called Wally. It's a digital company, finance company, and they propose all the payment standard in Switzerland, but also in other countries of the world. And so here I have both the postcard, both TWINT and e-finance. Basically, it's like e-banking, so the person connects to says that, well, okay, he wants to pay with this, and it connects straight to his banking account, and then with the mobile phone he can pay. Yeah, and that's basically it. So if you have any questions, I'm open to question. If we don't have time to answer all the questions, you're all welcome to come at the Come2Come booth. I will have a few more of these beers that are here. We can just share and talk, and yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Fabrizio. Very nice presentation.
Thanks.
Do we have some questions in the room? Nobody? Here we have a question.
I have one question, maybe because I didn't work with Odoo Studio too much, but you did a lot of the development with Odoo Studio. So how will this affect the upgrade? If you upgrade your system, will you easily take on all the customizations, or do you have to redo them again?
Well, I haven't tried that yet. I'm hoping to try it with Odoo 16 when it's available. In theory, Odoo says that everything should be migrated, but then I don't know. I haven't tried it. But the point is that I use Studio especially for being able to migrate, because Odoo is saying that I can.
Thank you. Do we have other questions, maybe? No one? Here.
How many beers do you sell, and how much time does it take you to update and maintain your information?
Yeah, very nice question. So the beers, I started with 250. Now I have around 600 different types of beers. The information is because Odoo is quite easy, so I can add information as I go. Usually when I choose a new brewery, I ask them to provide all the information beforehand, and while the beers get to the shop, I complete all the information. Sometimes they just give me the Excel file where I upload to have the basic information there, and then I complete depending on the, so I don't know, usually it takes half a day for a brewery that has 20, 30 beers, because I also make my own photos of the beers. So this takes time to have the photo properly done, and yeah. But the most time I spend, it's really on how the looks will be on the website of the product.
Okay. Another question, maybe?
Can you explain a little bit how you bring the studio information from the back end into the front end?
Yeah, well, it's just an additional view that is heritated from the product view. So the product view, I can maybe show you. So here in the shop, if he wants to move, there is a way to, I'll just take one of my products here. Where did it go? Yes, customize, yeah, here. So from this menu, you can create an additional, so here I have this MUGI product details, and this is an additional view that I created in the backend, so I didn't do any development. And from here, basically, it's like Studio. I'm just adding up the information where I want it on the website page. It's just HTML code, but all through without development. It's within the interface.
Perfect. Maybe a last question? Here. Can you come? Thanks.
So it happens to you that you have a client coming to the shop and he picks up a 6-pack, comes to the cashier, you scan it, and then, oh no, it's been sold 10 minutes ago. Would that happen, or how would you know then in the shop that the beer has been sold? How does your employee know?
When I scan the product, if the product is in the state that so there are two states, either it's in stock, either is what was the name, the second column. Sorry. Yeah, it's reserved basically. So if it's in forecasted quantity, then on the POS already for the system it's sold. So when I scan the product, I get like an error message saying that it's not available. This is possible because of the lot development. There's just an error message.
But that's when you scan it, so
Yeah.
the customer has to come to the counter,
Yeah.
and when you scan it, you have to tell them, oh, sorry, you cannot take this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, at a certain point of time, it's, yeah.
They understand.
Usually they understand it's a small shop. It's not like a big industry.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Fabrizio, for the talk.
No problem.
Very interesting.
Yeah, thanks.